So with that, I invite my wife Kelly to come over here and join us for a little conversation. So we're going to start.
I am very interested in listening to.
Yes. This is
So welcome.
Hi.
So I heard you were been playing a game I've been very interested in listening to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's finally dropped after delays and
when
waits.
When did it come out?
Last
Thursday?
week.
Was Thursday last week?
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I didn't even know it came out because I've been waiting.
So we're talking about Tales of the Shire.
Yes, thank you.
Tales of the Shire.
We're just
So-
chatting about the games.
This game was originally announced years ago. I think like 2021
I
or
want to say
something.
22, but
It was a while
ago.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to come out last September on Bilbo and Frodo's birthday because they share a birthday in September. Would have been great. And then like a month or two before that release date, they were like, hey, we have a lot more work we want to do on this. It's going to be a minute.
It's not done. We want to make it done.
Well, and
Yeah.
that first trailer, I remember, got bad.
Yeah.
People did not like the art design of the game.
And it was September 2023 when it was announced.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it was pushed to March, and then they were like, hey, once again, we're going to push this, but we're going to invite a handful of influencers to, like, you know, play the game as it is now in beta, just to get some feedback. Cool, great.
Because that's who you want feedback from.
Influencers, yeah. That's what I think about.
So, finally,
It's here.
it's here! Very end of July, like nearly a year after it was supposed to drop, but it's here.
And are you playing it on the PS5 or the Switch?
So,
She's playing on Steam currently.
yes.
Oh!
So I pre-ordered the special edition.
Funny story about why we're not playing it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm interested to hear this too.
So we pre-ordered the collector's edition.
Okay.
Because it comes with a fancy case and like a physical map of the town, which is super cute.
That is kind of neat.
The company they hired to distribute these pre-orders for the special edition didn't actually get copies of the game until that week. So they're not even getting sent out until like this week.
They haven't been printed. They weren't
What?
ready.
They were really, really working until the last second on this
It
game,
was
apparently.
delayed twice, so it just like they couldn't get the prints out in time.
Yeah. So I guess some people have gotten their copies at this point. I'm still waiting for mine to get shipped.
Yes.
Which is
That's
fine.
insanity.
So Steam was the only way to go.
Yeah, so
Oh my
I
God.
debated doing like PS5 or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get it for Steam because I know I bought my laptop like 2 years ago, very specifically with really good graphics card, so I could do stuff like this. And I will say, until I unplugged my laptop and it went into power saving mode, it has been running very well.
Yeah, the laptop did not like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There have been a couple of moments, but for the most part, I have not experienced the same issues some people have seen, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, it does run like a champ.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how it runs on the Switch, though.
Because I feel like that's a smaller
Probably.
processor with a smaller graphics
But
card.
now the thing is, though, it doesn't seem like a graphically like difficult game
and
to
that's
run.
a lot of that was the biggest complaint when they first, showed any part of this game, is that it's very cartoony graphics.
Toon shaded almost.
Yeah, it's very cel shaded because it's supposed to be like saturated and chill and peaceful. And before I get into my favorite parts of the game, I'll talk about the negatives.
Okay.
So if
Yeah, because that's the part of the game that I saw.
yeah.
I want to come up front. I have not played the game, and also I have only watched her play certain sections of the game. So I came out of it kind of with a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you be the one that's
Okay.
actually
Yeah.
carrying this.
I would say if I wasn't a Lord of the Rings fan, if I was just like a regular old cozy gamer, maybe liked fantasy but not like Lord of the Rings heavy, I think I'd give this game like a 6.5, 7. Maybe,
So still
maybe.
in the okay range.
Like a B.
Yeah.
Like a solid B.
Like a B minus.
Okay.
There are NPCs that, like, have little speech bubbles, but you can't really interact with. And there's only...
Really?
There's, like, 12 actual NPCs that you can interact with. So not a ton.
So they do have an entire Shire, but the vast majority of the people you can't do anything with.
It's not the whole Shire. It's just the town of Bywater.
Right. But, like, I mean, like, they have a community.
Yeah.
They have an entire community, but it's not a community where you can go and talk to literally everybody.
Yeah. And for
So
people...
it's only one town in the Shire?
Yeah. Which is fine. So
Yeah.
for people who don't know what Bywater is, think of, let's say, New York City. If Hobbiton is Manhattan, Bywater is like Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's just across the river, a bit smaller, but still, hopping and doing its thing,
They
right?
still want to be considered their own town.
Yeah, so the story plot is that they want to be, the people in the town want to be officially recognized as a village.
Okay.
So you have several fetch quests where you're trying to, like, put together all these requirements to become a village, and it gets complicated. So the NPC thing... Other problem is that you can't romance any NPCs, which a lot of cozy gamers really enjoy.
I don't know if you're familiar with Stardew Valley.
It's like a whole thing of like, oh, which character are you gonna like marry? It's like a whole thing.
There's an entire town. There's an entire town of people. All of the people have things where you can talk to them and interact with them. The whole game was written by one guy.
Yeah.
And so I just look at this and I just say, you had an entire team of people and 2 delays.
Yeah.
And this guy did it. It's the Tony Stark meme. This guy did it in a cave.
With a pile of
with
scraps.
a pile of scraps.
Totally. Another slight downfall, and I say this as a Lord of the Rings fan, the hobbits don't drink or smoke.
Because it's for kids.
Because it is rated E for everyone. So, like, I get it because of the ratings, but it's also, like...
It's a huge bummer.
I was running around in the game and I was like, why am I able to collect hops if I can't have beer? And it ends up being that you can trade them, which is fine. You can trade it for other
Couldn't
stuff.
they have made it like butterbeer or something? Like,
Yeah,
Anything?
any kind of stand-in. I get not having the smoking thing. That's fine. But, like, the beer? Guys! So...
There's literally a tavern in town.
There's 2!
What do you
There's
go and
2!
do? What do you go and do at the Green Dragon?
They just kind of stand around and talk.
But, like, this is a question that, being Lord of the Rings fan, it's like,
Yeah.
well, then why make the game if you're not going to have pipe smoking? I'm sorry. Pipe smoking with hobbits is...
It's a thing.
It's as if having 7 meals a day. It's the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
it comes...
Totally. So...
There's a lot of elements that you kind of feel like, man, I hope that this comes in later. That they have like a change of heart.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
fix
Are
it
they
later.
going to do like a Outer Worlds?
They haven't said anything yet. I think they're waiting to see how it goes. Because now that the game is available for the common folk and not just the people who got it like specially earlier, this is where I'll get into my positives
I was
of the
about to say,
review.
I want to talk about the positives because I feel like
Yes.
we've been dumping on it, and it's not worth dumping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those negatives aside, as a Lord of the Rings fan, I give this a solid like 8.5.
Really?
At least. The vibe that they give Bywater and the Shire is really lovely and warm and cozy and wonderful. And like the different seasons are really fun. Oh, one more slight negative. The day-night cycle is very fast. So
really?
And you can't run very fast, so you really gotta like hustle your bustle if you want to
literally-
get anything done.
There's no run button, there's a skip button.
Yeah.
Which is adorable. But when you're trying to beat the clock, you're kind of like, I gotta skip there as
Yeah.
fast as I can.
See, and that's annoying,
Back to the fun
especially
things.
after playing games like Animal Crossing, which
Yeah.
it's like, just put a day night like that, like an actual regular day.
Or like
night
somewhere
cycle.
in between, because that was something that I had a huge problem with Animal Crossing, was like you would do like the 20 minutes in the morning, and then you wouldn't really have a lot to do after that.
If the skip button, or there are different personality types that you can pick from when you're making your character, so I think that affects your run cycle. If they had made that just a little bit faster, that would be great.
and a little clearer.
Yeah.
So when you're picking, if that is the case, because it's an if, we don't know. But it would make
It really
sense.
doesn't seem much faster.
Yeah.
Actually, a good mix would be the Breath of the Wild day-night cycle.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
a really good one.
Totally.
Yeah. I like Xenoblade Chronicle X. Their day-night cycle, I believe, is 25 minutes to a half hour, which that was perfect because if I knew I needed to do something at night, I would make sure my traveling during the day to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 30 minutes was a nice, like...
Yeah. And I will say, if the run function was faster, I would be fine with the current day-night cycle.
Okay.
There's also no penalty for like falling asleep in the middle of the map when the day ends, so that's kind of nice.
By a troll or anything.
Yeah,
that.
like this one guy is like, haha, I like brought you home in a wheelbarrow, lol, lol. Very funny.
That's kind of funny.
Orlo, yeah.
Orlo.
Okay, so I will say, getting through the main plot of the game, it took me less than a year game time.
Okay.
It took me like 2.5, 3 seasons.
Okay.
Which is fine. There is still so much other shit you need to do, though. And it takes a very long time to accumulate money. So there's so many things you can, like, buy and decorate your Hobbit hole with. Going back to my positives. Oh my gosh, your little Hobbit hole is so gorgeous. You get a lot of customization options like right off the bat, which is really lovely.
Now, do you get just an empty one to start with and you have to fill it, or does it got stuff in it?
A little bit of both.
So the story is that you're moving to Bywater from Bree, and this older lady passed away, and you kind of got her house.
Oh, creepy.
So it's already so it's already filled with like a lot of furniture and other junk.
Okay.
So you can like clean it up and redistribute what's in there already. But you get furniture pretty easily from one of the main functions of the game, which is hosting meals. Once a day, you can invite a bunch of hobbits to share a meal together. So you cook for them based on their preferences and what they're in the mood for that day.
Okay.
And depending on how you do, it'll raise your friendship. The more friendship you have with them, you start to unlock cool stuff. So like expanding your house, upgrading your tools, unlocking new places to go foraging and fishing. What else? Oh,
Access
I got
to your front door.
chickens. Yeah, access to your front door.
Nice. That's good. That's good to have.
I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to explain that. So one of my favorite things is, how games these days, it's kind of like how you put up these inconveniences that you have to break through in order to get to a point in the game where it's, it's everything you want to be. So the inconvenience that they've established here is that you can't get through the front door, so you have to go through your back door whenever you want to go into your Hobbit hole. And then at a certain point, you level up enough to clear your front door.
Oh, that's insane. Okay, that might be a little crazy.
Yeah.
I just love it in a concept. Kelly's showing me her Hobbit hole. This is not a critique. This is just something that I find terribly cute.
Yeah.
Kelly is showing me her Hobbit hole, and she has to take the long way around inside because there's no way to cut through certain sections of the house because while they are there, they are also blocked. And it's just the funniest fucking thing to me as far as a metric.
And the same goes for some of there are like garden spaces outside your Hobbit hole. So before you unlock those, you can't like get to your house that way. And the navigation system in this is they're like little birds that show up and show you which direction to go.
Okay.
So regardless of where you like are in the map and the birds are like directing you home, sometimes they will direct you to a part of the house you have not unlocked, so you can't get in that way.
Oh my god.
Which is it's more hilarious than anything at this point.
It's just kind of like it's just one of those things where like if you cared, I'm sure people would be upset. They'd be like, you had 2 delays and this is still how the game looks?
Yeah.
But, like, it's only if you let it get under your skin.
Yeah.
I still think it's really more funny than anything.
Totally.
It's kind of like how when you show up, we didn't know that you couldn't talk to everybody. So we came in kind of assuming you could talk to anybody. And we walk outside, and the first person we talk to is this grumpy old man. And we're like, well, he fucking sucks. Let's avoid him. And then Kelly goes to try and talk to anyone else, and you can't talk to anybody. So we're like, so you can talk to the grumpy old man.
Yeah.
But you can't talk to any of the other people around him.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So the reason why I adore this game and why I got bumped up so much when I say this as a Lord of the Rings fan is how much absolute love and lore is sprinkled into this.
Really?
So this takes place when, like, Sam and Rosie and that generation are kids.
Oh, okay.
So Rosie Cotton lives in Bywater, and she's like a teenager that you interact with, and she talks about how she's like writing to this cute boy Sam over in Hobbiton.
Oh, wink, wink.
Oh my god,
I got a
so
letter from
cute.
Sam this morning. It just says, "Hi, Rosie."
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Like literally.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
god, it
awesome.
was so cute. And oh, that was the other thing, is her being like, yeah, my dad wants me to marry someone who's like really important and like a mayor and stuff, but I just want to marry someone who's really nice. And I'm like, girl, I got news for you. You get both, because in canon, Samwise becomes the mayor of Hobbiton like years later.
That's awesome.
Starts out dropping eaves and then drops bombs in politics.
Yeah.
And Saruman out of Saruman out of the Shire.
Pretty much.
One of the reasons why I'm really sad there's no romance option is because there's a really hot dwarf lady that lives in the town, and oh my god,
They gave her a beard, which is so fucking dope.
she's so
It's
cool.
a female dwarf with a full beard.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's like a nose ring. Oh my god, she's amazing.
Her design is fucking great.
Stellar.
She has a duck that wears armor
Oh
as
my
a
god,
pet.
Ladle the duck with a little helmet. She's the cutest.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. So, as I mentioned, as you level up your friendship with the different NPCs you can interact with, you start to learn little like tidbits about them. It's like one person will talk about like, oh, that crazy Mr. Baggins who lives in Hobbiton and all of his adventures. And Gandalf does show up in the game several times. So that's also very fun. Nice.
He Professor Oaks you at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he brings you to Bywater. It's really funny. But I mentioned our hot dwarf lady. She is the niece of Ori from The Hobbit.
Oh.
So she has this whole cutscene where she's like, yeah, like my uncle went to go join like Balin to go retake Moria, but I haven't heard from them in a while. And in the back of your mind, you're like, oh no!
They're gonna be alright.
Oh no! Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject.
For real. But there's lots of lovely little sprinklings of good hobbitiness, and oh my god, I have probably already sunk like 20 hours into this game, and I've only had it for less than a week.
No, well, I believe that.
Yeah.
It's just so
now,
chill.
being somebody that put in hundreds of hours into Animal Crossing, is this that type of game, do you think?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, how does this rank in comparison to an Animal Crossing and or a Stardew Valley?
Yeah. I think if we were to compare this to like the first or second Animal Crossing, it'd be probably a little more comparable.
Okay.
It's not nearly as extensive. So there's not nearly as many like furniture sets or clothing options as Animal Crossing, right? And certainly not as many NPCs. But the game elements of like making friends, foraging, fishing, cooking food, that's all there. Okay. And that's really lovely.
Is the fishing fun?
It's
always one of my favorite
The
parts
fishing system is really lovely.
Okay.
I will say. It's not nearly as frustrating as some other ones. It's pretty straightforward to do. The cooking is really fun. You have like, you start to unlock different like prep stations, and you have like a little kind of like mathematical chart of like what you need to do to the food to like get it to where it's supposed to be, so it's really high quality. And also like getting high quality ingredients is a whole thing, and you can like season and spice it to change the flavor palette.
I like that there's a element of like how smooth it's been cut.
Yeah.
So like if it's really like you can really mash it into a paste, or you can do like kind of a rough cut.
Yeah, there's smooth and rough, tender and crisp, I think it is like the north, south, east, west of it.
XY axis.
Yeah. So as you start to cook more, you get to unlock more stations, which makes it easier to like correct yourself if you fuck up. Which can happen.
Oh, I can imagine.
But there's like so many different foods that you can do, and most of them, especially the ones with like forageable items. So like, if there's like a nut cake, you can use like any kind of nut that's in your inventory. Or like berry pie, you can use any of the berries that you have, right? So that's really fun.
I really like the way that the game progresses in terms of how it looks. Oh, hi. Hello. Pay no attention to the paper crinkling noise. Pippin needs a toy.
Yep.
I really like how it evolves.
Yeah.
Like when you showed me how your pantry looks now compared to when I saw it at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Really?
So, in your house you have like a little pantry area, which is pretty much your like storage inventory. But as you start to add more stuff into it, it'll like change appearance and be like, oh, you have pumpkins now, and you have eggplants, and you have like cream and butter.
These greeneries that are hanging from the ceiling.
They'll like start to fill in.
Yeah.
Hi, Pippin. As you start to collect all those things.
He is bored. His mom is on the show, and he's like, you didn't give me anything to do before you left.
Yep. Pretty much.
But I do like it. I do like the look of it, and I think that there is something to be said for, like, in the same way that in Animal Crossing...
Oh! Speaking of Animal Crossing, if I can just segue really quick. Decorating your house is way better than Animal Crossing.
Oh, good, because I don't like...
There's no grids. You can rotate objects freely. As I mentioned,
the camera?
Yeah, you can rotate the camera very easily.
Better, yeah.
As I mentioned, for the like hardware of the house itself, so the walls and the beams and stuff, when you start to build your house, it comes with a lot of customization options already. And like all the bric-a-brac that this person left behind. But as you start to get more stuff, so there's like a dwarf furniture set that you can get. There's like a Mirkwood furniture set.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
so you can like really have like really fun themed rooms.
That's what I was going to say, is that for this, in Animal Crossing, they have fun theme things, but you don't have like a moment where you're like, oh, this is the Mirkwood furniture set.
Yeah.
This is based on not just like elven designs, but also you can imagine it being in an elven parlor room or something.
Oh, looks
and like,
so cool.
She showed me her dwarf bedroom. And it's like, yeah, I get it. It's not just that it's made out of stone, but there is like a comfort and warmth to it as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so it's really well designed in terms of its look.
I haven't shown you this. So the Green Dragon, as we mentioned, which is the local tavern. The Green Dragon in the game, the exterior has like these large, like literal green dragon parts outside. So I recently unlocked like the headpiece, and I just like have it in my garden now, which is so awesome. So when I have the like cutscene at the end of the day to show, like the sun is setting and everything, I just see like this giant green dragon over my house, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's
hell
awesome.
yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
it's those sort of like lovely little details. The other thing I'll say is the characters are a lot more diverse than I think some games might go for. So there's like one character who's like missing a leg and has a peg leg, which I didn't even notice until today after several days of playing it. Some characters are like missing teeth, and you can totally tell. Like the toddler doesn't have two front teeth. There's another guy who like definitely lost like a front incisor. One thing that I was worried about is all of the like trailers and previews I saw is the like Hobbit character you make of yourself. All of them looked so skinny. I'm like, Hobbits aren't skinny.
No, not even a little
Make
bit.
me fat. I'm a Hobbit.
This is the one time I can make myself
Yeah.
fat.
I have 3 breakfasts a day.
Yeah.
God damn it, give me
I have to have washboard abs as every other character.
Oh,
Give me
God.
my pot belly.
Yeah. So seeing those fun little, like very quirky, whimsical details that you're able to have yourself or you see in other characters is just really nice.
It was a
awesome.
great moment when you were making your character and we found the hips.
The hip slider.
and it was like, oh, here we go. We can make her wider
Oh,
and bigger. There we go.
That's what we were
That's
looking
what we
for.
wanted.
That's nice.
And, a lot of fantasy properties kind of take some flack for not having as many, like, darker skin tone options. This game does have not only great skin tone options, but there are 2, like, NPCs that are implied to be black. And they have, like, the proper hair textures as well. So that's also really nice to see, because...
Which I'm assuming that's one of the positives that came out of Rings of Power, because they had that diversity angle on the non-Hobbit hobbits.
Yeah.
That I think they were able to roll that into this.
Yeah,
which is nice.
and to see them, like, really lean into that is very, very nice.
Going back off of
Yeah.
Rings of Power really quick, it's nice to see something that takes place in the Tolkien world, but is more emblematic of Tolkien as we know it.
Gotcha.
Because Rings of Power, even when they get something right, they get something wrong.
Yes.
So I think her name is Dara, is the dwarf wife.
Oh, yeah.
And she's great, and I love her as a character.
She's very cool.
She needs to have a beard.
Yes.
She's got to have a
Gimli
beard.
tells us, in no uncertain terms, that female dwarves also have beards. So she has to have a beard.
Yeah.
And so it's when you see those things done properly, you're like, okay, there we go. Someone who knows what they're doing and is invested in what's going on here.
And
agree.
Weta was one of the production companies that worked on this game.
Oh, nice.
So they did have like Tolkien scholars and people who worked on the movies working on this game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is great. And that's why there are so many awesome little Easter eggs. Like even just like random dialogue options.
Yeah.
Like there's little like sprinkles of stuff from the books and from the movies, and it's like, ooh, yay!
Well, I just love that you keep on running into the Tooks and the Cottons.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get that reference.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
Yeah. One thing that's very fun is there's like a handful of Hobbit last names you can use.
Okay.
And they have suggested first names, but you can customize the first name.
Yeah.
But you have to have a Hobbity last name, which
So they
is
have
very immersive.
They have a list of like 30 Hobbit last
yeah,
names.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And so, but they're good. They
Yeah.
have some good ones in there.
Yeah.
They don't have all the ones you want. I think they have Proud Foot, but not Proud Feet.
Proud feet is the plural. That's the joke.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
I thought they were always getting his name wrong.
No.
No.
Oh. See, I don't. Tolkien's way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, I love you to death. You gotta stop.
I can take them outside when
You
we're
can't
done.
do paper right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's Weta Workshop and Private Division, maybe?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know Private Division either, but it's very enjoyable. If you like Lord of the Rings, you know, I think the first week or so that it's out, it is on sale on Steam. It'll probably go on sale again because of the back and forth of reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, it's boomeranged. It had some
Oh.
bad reviews to start, and then as more and more people have been playing it, the reviews have gotten
Yeah,
better.
because the people who wanted to play this in
Yeah.
the first place are like, hell yeah, this is my game.
So
Yeah.
Private Division is a publishing label of Take-Two Interactive. I know Take-Two.
Oh, hell
Okay.
yeah, Take-Two's great.
No, I honestly wanted to play this game. There hasn't been a lot of fanfare, so I don't even know it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Mind you, I haven't been able to flip on my Switch anytime.
Well,
but-
and this is one of the tricky things. We've talked a lot in this show. Guy, buddy. Hey, Pippin, I love you. Can you not right now? I love that we're being interrupted by Pippin being a pain in the ass. That is topical for what we're doing right now.
It is.
pretty much.
That's the thing that we've talked about a lot on the show, is what do you do when the game's not done? And is it better to delay the game until it's in a better state, or release it when you said you were going to release it? And we've always said it's better to hold the game
Yes.
and release it when it's closer to done.
Yeah,
And it's
and
really,
they did that this time.
and that's what makes it interesting, is
Yeah.
that they did that this time, and they kind of paid the price for it a little bit.
Yeah,
Because I agree, there hasn't been as much push for this as there was 6 months ago.
yeah,
And there was a definite sense of disappointment
yeah.
when it was delayed a second time.
I think people were expecting, because it was delayed so much, I think people were expecting like some big, grand, wonderful, detailed,
yeah,
you know,
it was going to be
Skyrim level.
It was going to be like everything and more than
Yeah.
you even thought.
And it's like, no, that's not
and
the point.
I think what they fell short on big time was the advertising for this game.
Yeah.
Because what did we just watch? A Nintendo Partner Direct, and this game was not in it.
Yeah.
This game has Nintendo fan written all fucking
All over it.
and it was not in the Partner Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because it, as I mentioned, it is exceedingly kid friendly.
Yeah.
The control, like I mentioned, the fishing minigame, very easy to do. The cooking stuff all makes sense. There's nothing too crazy or raunchy, or even for like a Tolkien thing, nothing too dark. They like kind of hint at like, oh, like
A shadow in the east.
stuff's coming.
Oh, they do that all.
Yeah, like one of the characters, as I mentioned, that has like the peg leg. her mom was a healer, and there's like all this drama because she's not as good as her mom. And Gandalf has kind of this throwaway line of like, oh, we're going to need people like her in the coming years. And your character's like, what's that supposed to mean? My guy? Politely?
That's funny.
Oh, man. So, to recap, great, fun, chill game. If you just want something cozy and mindless to, spend dozens and dozens of hours on.
Would you say, as a Tolkien fan, it at least achieves a B+?
Oh, yeah, well, as I, going from not a Tolkien fan to Tolkien fan, this gets bumped up to like an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, so this is like an A-.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, easily.
So, and the big thing also that people need to know, which I didn't know this, it's only $39.99.
Yeah.
So it's not even
not
one
an
of the
expensive
big
game.
expensive games.
That
It's
was-
definitely worth giving it a look.
That was one of
Yeah.
the things that Kelly's cousin Steve noted when we were firing it up.
Yeah.
Is like, yes, we have these complaints, but it also wasn't $60 to $80.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not charging an arm and a leg for this.
Okay.
Before we say farewell to Kelly,
Yeah.
I want to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon
because
Hunters!
in the long list of things that we were going to talk about last week that got booted for real life problems,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
K-pop Demon Hunters, we watched that a month ago.
Speaking of things I've been hyper fixating on,
Yeah.
A month ago?
I've
Yeah.
probably watched that movie 4 times and listened to the soundtrack on
I listen to the
repeat for
soundtrack every
several-
day.
Yeah.
No lie, no embarrassment. I listen to the soundtrack every day.
If you do not want to watch this movie for whatever stupid reason, at least listen to the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is still banger. I will say, I listen to the soundtrack every day. I skip about a third of the songs because I refuse to listen to some of them, and others of them I'm just less interested in.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs that are more like
Background.
they're like non-diegetic,
Yeah.
right?
But the songs that are diegetic are fucking
Amazing.
fire. Even the song I don't like, Soda Pop, I don't dislike it because it's a bad song. I dislike it because it's such a good song.
Yeah.
And I don't like
Jesus.
how good a song it is.
What did he just
He
do?
knocked over our
Which
microphone
is-
Oh
boxes.
my God, that makes sense.
Which for Soda Pop it's hilarious because it's made to be like
It's made to be that
saccharine
way.
and catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. So because Steve hasn't seen us yet.
Yeah. So quick recap.
So K-pop Demon Hunters is a Sony Animation produced Netflix movie.
It is Sony, because it looks...
Yeah.
It has that Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And so same animation studio, same animation theories and politics. So this is another one of those movies where they will use the timing of animation. So characters will move on 1s versus 2s.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Which is very fun.
Which is very fun. So it's very nerdy in terms of its animation, but it's also just a really good story and movie.
Yeah.
It's once again, I don't want to generalize. It's once again another Asian politic movie about generational trauma.
Hooray.
And how we move on from how the past generations have acted. Which is like, yep, this is their big thing.
Yeah. But this is where it really wins, is K-pop is having kind of a moment this decade. I think we can all kind
I
of
would say
agree.
so.
Yeah, I would say the last
Absolutely.
15 years, yeah.
The premise of the movie, and why it's called K-pop Demon Hunters, is every generation has this group of 3 female warriors. They defeat demons through the power of music.
Because music binds us all together. And there's an element of like...
Very Bill and Ted.
You can't stop
Yeah.
yourself from being engrossed by the music, by
Yeah,
being
and
pulled in.
and like when they're performing, you can like see people like literally glowing because of the magic
Their
of the
souls are
music.
lighting up from the magic of the
Interesting.
music. It's really good.
Yeah.
It really is like in a world of hurt and pain. It's a really nice movie about the goodness of humanity, and it doesn't have that problem that like I'm replaying Spider-Man 2 right now, the game, and I love it. It's still a good game, but it definitely has some problems in post that you kind of ignore when you're playing it for the first time. And one of the problems is that people are so fucking nice. And it's like, I lived in New York. People don't talk this way.
Yeah.
And I have that problem with some anime and other things where it's just like, people don't talk like this. And K-pop does not have that problem.
Yeah. And it rules as a musical because them breaking out into song and dance makes sense.
It makes sense within the body of the plot.
for so many reasons.
There's a line in the opening song that is, what is it? It's, whole world listens to our sound.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it...
There's a lot of
it
lines
makes
like that.
sense because their whole thing is making this music that lights up people's souls in order to create basically a
This,
heaven wall
Yeah.
against the demons that the
Okay.
demons can't permeate through.
Yeah, so they have to like continuously maintain it to like keep the barrier to keep more demons from coming
Okay.
up here.
But if they achieve a certain level, it'll turn gold, and when it turns gold, they don't have to maintain it anymore.
Okay.
And so at the beginning of the movie, they see this golden shimmer running through the audience,
And they're like,
"Oh,
"Oh, yeah."
it's time. We got to start doing this thing."
Yeah.
And so it's one of my favorite moments is you have the two girls. So it's I say girls, two women. It's a 3-woman group. There's Rumi is the lead.
Yeah.
Zoe is the American Korean, and Mira, who I always have to remember Aquaman's wife. That's how I remember her name.
Oh, God. Pooping in the bed.
I didn't say that. Nobody brought up Amber Heard. We just talked about Mira.
I know, but you say that. That's all I can think about the Amber Heard.
So anyway, they are. They're overworked like anybody.
Yeah.
And so Zoe and Mira have this whole thing about getting home and sitting on the couch in comfy clothes.
Like, yes, we finally finished our
did
world
it.
tour. We can take a break.
We did it. We don't have to save the world. We don't have to do anything.
And their overachiever frontrunner Rumi is like, haha, I'm gonna release our new single.
We're so close to getting gold. Let's just go for it. Let's just push right now and get it done.
Yeah.
And so the demons see this moment and they're like, well, we got to come up with a counter to this.
Yeah. So spoilers. We're going to get into spoilers territory.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with spoilers.
Yeah. So there's a specific demon.
Jin.
Jin?
Is it Jin?
Gino?
Gina. Is it Gino?
Gino! We got there.
Gino.
Okay, so one specific demon, Gino. We learn about his backstory. Very tragic. We won't talk about that right now.
Yeah, that's not as important.
Yeah, he makes a proposal to the
Demon Lord.
I guess Demon Lord, Guima. And he's like, hey, why don't we use music to combat their music since that seems to be like the thing that's powering them?
Let's fight fire with fire.
Yeah, so Guima's like, I don't know about this. And he's like, hey, look, I put together like a boy band of demons and we're all really hot and great. And there's like a moment where they like do the pose and they show how hot they are. And the other
demons are like,
demons are like, oh yeah, this'll work.
This is fine. This is a good plan.
That's awesome.
And so they show up and they have this single, Soda Pop. And Soda Pop is meant to be an earworm.
Yeah.
It is a living, breathing earworm, which is why I won't listen to it. It's like Baby Shark. I won't listen to it because if I let it in my brain, it's never leaving my brain.
Oh, and it repeats so good.
It's the perfect earworm, literally. And within the body of the plot, it has to be.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole crux of the demons thing is like, we're going to bring them down by having another group
by trying to be more popular.
who's even more popular and has music that's even catchier and even more ubiquitous. And man, it's a really good movie.
It's a great movie.
That sounds good.
So we won't get into any more spoilers
Okay.
because really you gotta see it because it's so fantastic.
It was the takeaway that we all had from it was that was a good movie. I wish that they had flushed out like these 7 elements more.
Yeah. But the good news is they have confirmed that we're getting at least 2 more movies.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because it's one of those things where they'll set up stuff and they'll be like, oh, this character is this way because of their parents. And you're like, oh, really? And then they won't talk about it again.
my God.
And you're just like, wait. I feel like we should, though. But I feel like we should. And apparently, originally, it was going to be like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, the original cut was like 3 hours.
Really?
So
yeah.
it makes sense why so many things had to be taken out.
Gotcha.
And unlike a lot of things where you take a lot of stuff out, the existing piece after all these elements are taken out is still really good. It does feel like there were elements taken out of it. You definitely look around and you're like, they said that thing and I feel like it was going to come up again and then it didn't. And I feel that's weird. So hearing that they're going to make more of it, you're like, okay, good. Because I feel like if this was it would be fine, but I would have questions.
Context. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Daniel Day Kim is a voice in this.
Yeah.
He is also a character in the Hellboy.
Yes, he is. He
2019
plays the
movie.
Jaguar Man.
It's all connected, man.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have like a big name cast.
Yeah.
We were joking beforehand that the biggest names are Daniel Day Kim,
and Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong, and
Although I will say, this role is the least grating Ken Jeong role.
oh my god, you can't tell that it's
Oh,
Ken
really?
Jeong. He doesn't do his Ken Jeong things.
Nice.
It's like
the character is great.
It's just like it's just a proof of concept for hey, you can have Ken Jeong in something and have him be enjoyable,
Yeah.
not have him be obnoxious. And like I love Community. But I'd be lying if I said Chang at some point doesn't jump the shark and then have to win us back over after he's jumped the shark.
I do have to throw out that I am grateful that it is a animated movie with Asian characters, and Awkwafina is nowhere near this fucking thing.
I heard that a lot.
I'm so happy about that shit.
Yeah.
I saw that, I'm like, oh, fucking watching it now.
I wish Awkwafina didn't get the rap that she did. She just pulled in too many fish at once, I think.
It's the Chris Pratt. I mean, Chris Pratt, I don't like it for other reasons, but it was just too fast.
It was like when she showed up in Renfield, and I was like, you shouldn't be in this movie.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be in this movie.
Because Raya in The Last Dragon, I fucking love that movie.
I like her and Raya in The Last Dragon.
It's awesome.
I think she's really good in that.
But
then she's in Shang-Chi, and you're like, why are you in this?
And then all the other movies that are animated, you hear her voice, and you're like,
No, they really did a good job of, because they have different voice actors for the voices versus they actually have K-pop singers doing the singing.
Oh, well, that's good.
And they had...
I think Rumi is voiced by her actual singer, is she not?
No.
Really?
Nope.
I thought that she was. Okay.
Nope. The singer for Rumi did write a lot of the songs, though, which is baller.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because they had a thing where they were so used to hearing her doing the songs that they just had her do the songs in the movie.
They had hired her to work on this music, and she was, in all of the demos, and they were like, hey, why don't we just keep you on to do the actual voice for the movie? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah. But it's a really good movie. Has a really good...
really great nods to Korean culture as well.
Yes. This is what I love about it.
They poke fun at the K-pop industry in a lot of ways,
They
which
definitely
is also
do.
cool.
They talk about kind of how poisonous the K-pop industry is in terms of how it just like churns people in and out and will turn you into ground meat if you're not careful. But it does something that I think is really important, wherein it doesn't try and change the culture, but it makes the culture approachable. Yeah. And so I've talked about this before, the Pokemon donuts, where they have rice cakes and they call them donuts. And they say they're jelly-filled donuts, and it's clearly not.
No.
It's clearly not that. Or watching Digimon, and they would have characters that would drink a lot, but they were only drinking soda, so they were just acting funny after they drank all this soda, because we can't have beer. And going back to the Hobbits, you can. Kids are old enough to understand what alcohol is.
Yeah.
But in this, a big part of it is going to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
And you never feel like you don't understand what that means to the characters.
Yeah.
We don't have bathhouses here. That's not part of our culture. But you never misunderstand what this means to the characters and to the culture that they're in.
Yeah.
And so it's not just like
all
what
the food. Oh,
yes.
All the food and the snacks.
There's one of the things I love about this movie is that it does something that most movies don't allow themselves to do, which is to show female characters as little gremlins.
Yeah.
And
gorging on food and
gorging
snacks.
on food.
Awesome.
Just like, and the
cartoonishly
the faces that
shoving food in their mouths.
The faces that they make at some points are almost pornographic.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, okay.
It's funny you said that. One of the stills when I was looking at it on my phone when you guys were talking about it was her shoving French fries in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something.
No, exactly. And so, like, but I love it. It's
Yeah.
like they allow these characters to be human and female, and not female in this, like, they have to be pressed and made up and everything, which they are, and they talk about. That is a part of the plot. But, like, you get to see them as humans. You get to see them in their downtime. You get to see them without makeup on. Like, literally without makeup on.
Yes. And it inspires every little girl's dream to want to be not only a pop star, but also, kick butt.
Yeah.
Because they are badass fighters.
Oh, they're
the
great.
fight sequences
That's awesome.
are so engaging.
The fight sequences are excellent.
Especially since they are usually while they are singing.
Yeah, they're usually while songs are going on, and they're fucking great every single time.
You need to watch this with your
I know,
kids.
I gotta watch
it.
I put it on my watch list.
Everything that we saw in Superman that Gemma loved is in this movie.
And then some.
Yeah. So and you know what I love about this is that it takes the magical girl element of anime and
It
modernizes
makes it so cool.
Well, it takes it and it turns it into like this thing where like I remember when the magical girl anime thing meant like a weird, not pseudo but pretty much naked transformation sequence, and you were just kind of like, huh, that was weird and out of left field. And this, you get the same sense of like magical girl transformation, but nobody's ever naked. There's never like, even with all the stuff with the bathhouse, it never feels risque, and it never feels like, oh, quietly pornographic, and it just it feels human. It feels like people being people and trying to do their best and dealing with things that they've been told their entire lives that aren't true. And trying to grapple with that. How do we deal with that while also being the center of literally everyone's attention? It's a good movie.
Nice.
I like it.
Amazing.
Going on my movie night list.
High rewatch value.
A plus, I would say. It's
Yes.
high. It's good.
Yeah.
Cool.